Hey guys, welcome to my garage today. We're going to talk about GPS units and smartphones acting as, well, GPS units. Nope, doesn't work that well. What the heck? Why do you guys insist on using a smartphone for your off-road motorcycle for GPS tracks, recording? I don't know what you're doing. You're hanging that damn $650 phone off your bike. Yes, this cost me $650 also, but it's been dropped many times. Actually, first drop, it slid down. That scratch is from it sliding down on 5 miles of hell. I still have it, never broke. I'm not going to throw this down because I don't want to buy another one. But smartphones are not your choice. I mean, what the heck? People hanging off smartphones off their bikes. What are you guys doing hanging these phones off your damn bikes like this? I mean, look, a branch just took that one out. A branch took that one out. Oh, this one gets ejected. Well, that is a real tough phone, but there's not many tough phones nowadays. So the Casio G'Zone Commando was a pretty dang good phone. So if you're gonna hang something off your bike, I guess you would use a phone like this. But my point is, why would you use a smartphone? I don't get it. Plus, not just dropping your bike and having the phone break, but what about heat, dust, sand, water? I know you can buy cases for the bikes that put the cell phone in, the smartphone, but come on. You're gonna put an expensive phone just hanging out there. Now a phone, we can't live without, right? I mean, you break your phone, you're going out, you're spending $650 on a new phone. Okay, maybe you buy a used one for $100, $200, $300. You still are gonna have to do that right away, versus I break the GPS, I can live without it. You know, I don't need it. In the times I used to use smartphones back in the Droid 1 days for recording tracks, because I didn't just use that. I would use like an app like Every Trail, take pictures as I rode, and I would use usually the tracks from that if I was sharing with people, because they're more they were more accurate. Nowadays modern smartphones they're the same, let's be honest. But I would take pictures, it would automatically put it on the trail, you'd upload it, blah blah blah, and you could share that track with the pictures uploaded. Nowadays I don't do that. I don't give a shit. I share videos, not pictures really. You know, pictures are to entice you to watch the video. So not the case anymore that I really take many pictures where I'm posting a photo album unless it's an event, but usually videos. I think that's where we're heading with the audiences. You guys want to see videos, right? This is YouTube after all. The other downsides to smartphones is, like I said, heat. I mean, you're out there on a 100-degree day, and this phone is just cooking. Oh, you're in Death Valley? Oh, there it is. It's cooking. It's cooking. Look at it. Come on. I'm not hanging my expensive smartphone out there to cook. It usually stays in my pocket. So guys, do us all a favor. Go out there, buy a GPS unit. You can download tracks to it, you can record the tracks. It has a lot of cool features in it. You know, you're not risking having to go out and replace your smartphone tomorrow. This, I can take weeks, months, a year, doesn't really matter. I can replace this whenever I feel like it. A phone? Not so much. Now, like I said, you got the guys that say, well, Mark, but you're going to go ahead and buy a $200, $100 phone, used phone, and you're just going to record tracks. Maybe you're going to load one of those apps on it, and you can run it offline and stuff. And that's a lot cheaper than buying one of these. But they're still not rugged. I would still worry about it because they're not made to be out in the elements. I mean, last thing I want to do is be thinking about my GPS. Oh, I got to take that off the bike because it's going to rain. Yeah, and then I could buy a case, and what are cases, 50, 100 bucks? I don't know, I haven't looked in a long time for a smartphone. I know they make some waterproof cases you can put them in. Okay, well that's an extra thing I have to have on a bike. That bulks it up, so then it's probably about this size anyways, which, you know, some guys are hanging off tablets off their bikes. But I mean, I guess they never drop their bike, they never ride hard trails. They're kind of the wannabe Starbucks crew that's out there. Oh, I hit Switzerland Trail, it's so hard. Oh, kiss my ass, it's not hard. Mount Herman's not hard, Gold Camp's not hard, Old Stage is not hard. I don't know where you guys are dropping these bikes. I guess you're not, that's why you're hanging a tablet off them. But for us riders that actually ride harder trails, and I'm not being snobbish about it, that's just a fact. Some of us ride harder trails. We need something that's rugged. Now the rugged smartphone, hey, that works pretty good. That could probably suffice, right? It's waterproof, it's pretty well protected, and well, it did pretty good against the heat, although that display is toast. I'm surprised the battery didn't blow up either. But that's another thing, you know, having your phone out there or GPS, it gets really hot when you're like in Moab. And although it might only be 80 out, you know, this thing is just soaking up the sun really hot. So again, I just can't see using a smartphone. Now, obviously this was for comical purposes, but I'm trying to demonstrate a point of why I would not use a smartphone. Because so many people try to correct me on using a smartphone. I'm just kind of sick of it. I'll use what I want to use. You can use what you want. I personally don't care. That doesn't mean like Trail Taker's not going to have an app down the road for people to use smartphone, or I'm against them using it. It's just I think it's silly, but hey, if it works for you, that's good. You know, then that's all. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. But hey, I'm going to, you know, continue to use this, and, you know, unfortunately this is one of the few brands out there, although I do see some others that are also rugged and getting bigger and are getting pretty nice. So, you know, if you actually wanted to be real cheap about it, you can actually buy a Nuvi for 89 bucks from Costco. And you can also get a waterproof case for those too, and you could hook that to the bike. And actually, as far as I know with my wife's one from her car, it actually does record the tracks. You just have to go in there and yank them out by hooking them to the computer. You can't put tracks in there and have it show you a route, but it is recording the tracks, I found out by looking in the file system hooked up to my computer. But you know, it just kind of lumps it all together. So unless you do it after every ride, like every single outing is going to be like these tracks. It's kind of weird. I don't know when it cycles through and clears that, or if it does. I mean, her shows stuff for like years going around in like one file. I was like, what the heck? But hey, so they might record for you too if you want to record tracks. Most people don't care. They just want to know where they're at. So that would be a real cheap option, and just as rugged as a smartphone for the Garmin Nuvi series. But you know, these ones you can get the cheaper versions. This was $650 at the time. They had the 600, which didn't have the camera, which if I had to do again, I would not get the camera. This thing's a piece of junk. Even if they improved it on the newer ones, like the 680, I think it is, I still wouldn't get it. Who's going to take this off and take a picture? I have a smartphone in my pocket. I still have a carry smartphone, but I've never broken one, and it's in my pocket or in my jacket pocket. It seems pretty well protected. So guys, do what you want to do. Thanks for watching this video, and let's just get out there and ride. Have a good one.